What up, motherfucker? My name is Mr. Brooks.
Oh, and I think I'm Don Grimm, and
Still, yeah.
so, I mean I'm probably, and
Same
yeah.
shit.
What up? This is the news break, motherfuckers. Yeah, where we tell you what the fuck we tell you because it's a real ass shit, whether you fucking want to hear it or not. Deal with it, and yeah. Right.
Before we get to the do, just make sure you go and tell everybody you know. Come check us out. Click the like button. Click the subscribe button. Click the notification button. Click the kiss my ass button, and
click the fuck
comment. Drop some comments. We're gonna be talking about some fucking pretty serious shit on this show. So feel free to comment. Feel free to comment and tell us what you think. Any experiences you've had with the subject of whatever it may be. But you're going to find out right about now.
Hold on a second. Before I get into it, I notice a lot of people that when they watch this, they have their opinions, but they don't bother commenting. They don't bother, giving any feedback about it at all. I want to see everybody that has an opinion share it, because this is one of those topics. It's serious. I mean, of course, everything we talk about is pretty fucking serious, but this is like one of those things
straight up serious.
We really need to know what everybody fucking thinks about it. And the topic is the cancellation of whiteness, and then compounded with general racism and all this bullshit like the Coca-Cola shit that's hitting right now with them, training white people to be less white. I mean, we're going to be tackling all that. I can't stand the fact that somebody is going to try to tell me that I'm too white, or just the fact that I'm white at all. I need to be, trained to not be what I was naturally born as. If that was something that was flipped around on any other race, any other ethnicity, then the shit would hit the fan like you wouldn't fucking believe.
Well, I want to interject for a second and say that, devil's advocate, you hear a lot of shit where motherfuckers immediately go, well, that's how it was for everybody else. So now it's supposedly like our turn or some shit. My thing is that, like, I don't give a fuck. I do care what happened in history. I mean, I think history is important. I'm not the one fucking that's been trying to erase it for the last 4 years. So for me, it's like, I don't think that everybody has to go through some shit now. I mean, we did away with all that fucking stuff. And yes, there's going to still be black people that hate fucking Puerto Ricans. There's going to be fucking white people that hate fucking Mexicans. And there's going to be probably Koreans that despise Haitians. I'm sure there's one or two out there. And it's like, you can't help that, man. People are hateful and mean and rotten. But this whole idea of somehow we're going to fix it by insulting you so much that we're going to pretend to be more fucking dope. I mean, what does that mean? Is it like trying to teach the white cop on fucking Sanford and Son how to jive or whatever? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. If the dude thinks something's cold, then it's cold. It ain't got to be cool. It's fucking chilly, motherfucker.
Along with that, brings me to a point that I was going to make. They're saying they want white people to be less white, and what is there besides?
Y'all see the color of me? I mean, what do I do about this?
I mean, what is there for a white person to be if they're not white? Either nothing or something else. There is no such thing as cultural neutrality. I don't give a fuck what the universities say. I fucking read up on it. It's bullshit. It makes no fucking sense. And you can tell any one of them has done one of them studies. They can kiss Don Grimm's fucking ass. It's bullshit. So the only thing left is to emulate something else, meaning like become like a copycat, copying another race. But if we do that, then we're accused of cultural appropriation. You see a white dude walking down the streets, with braids, even though he's doing that because of his fucking Scandinavian, Viking, Norwegian, Swedish fucking ancestry, where they did that as well. Even though that's the case, he's accused of cultural appropriation because of like, oh no, braids are a black thing. Okay, well maybe they are in your community and among them, But in the rest of the world, there's plenty of other people that have done that and still do it for totally different reasons. So what it's either we stay us, we continue being us, or we're accused of cultural appropriation. It's a catch-22. It's a lose-lose. So I'm just gonna continue being me, whether you fucking like it or not. You can kiss my ass, whatever.
Well, the problem is, man, I said this earlier, is that it's and this is some shit that's trickling down into schools and shit, So we need to make sure that we teach our kids that, look, when they bring home a piece of paper that's like, here's what the teacher said, we need to go over this thing with you about how we can be less white, whatever the fuck that even means. And then, if I urge you, if you're a parent, do what I would do, is take that, ball it up, and say, don't ever fucking listen to that retarded shit ever again. That's dumb. It's fucking stupid. Now, what these people are saying is that basically, to my black family and friends out there that I love with all my heart, the ones have met, the ones I've known for years, and the ones that haven't met yet, understand that the reason that this is happening is because the left thinks so fucking little of you.
My God,
that you're stupid enough to accept the fact that I gotta fucking somehow. I don't understand it, because the only way to pretend I'm doing what they're saying to do is to somehow, I feel like I'm making fun of black people somehow. Like I gotta be like, yo man, what's up? Like, is that what you want? Or do they want me to be like, yo, SA, how you doing? Or am I supposed to start being like fucking Cuban now? Like, what do you want from me, fucking people? Like I didn't do shit wrong in the first fucking place. I don't think that black people are stupid like you do, so I don't think that I should go and act some sort of way. They think so little of you that it's okay for us to go and pretend to be something else around you. Like, that's offensive to black people more than it is white people, really.
If you don't believe, I'm speaking to black folks, any minorities really right now. If you don't believe that the people, the Democrats, left side, all that, if you don't believe that they think little of you, take a look at what they've been saying about, they're incapable, or they're not smart enough, or they don't know how to even go online and get an ID, or to set up an appointment, that they don't know how to find the DMV. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's what these people think of you. That's what these people think of you. And you think they're doing you some favors? No, they're not. No.
They're so out of touch with people, period. But they've never been in touch with fucking black people. This is why you have an idiot like Nancy Pelosi and all them getting on their knees with a goddamn kente cloth. Like, that was so fucking offensive. And they just get to ride off in the sunset like they didn't do something fucking horrendous. Like, put a goddamn African scarf around your neck and get down on one knee as if you actually give a fuck. We know you don't.
What did that particular scarf represent?
I read in a couple of places that it was actually a representative of a tribe, or the group of people that actually were involved in the slave trade to actually sell off people back in those days. So it's almost like some people look at that and go, God, you're so stupid that you didn't even know that you, not only were you wearing this ridiculous thing. It's not ridiculous, but it is when you put it on. When Nancy Pelosi puts it on and gets on her knees, is fucking atrocious. And if it is one that is part of the, the African elites at the time, or whatever, however you want to look at that, then did they know that? And maybe they did know that, and they're so fucking bold and disgusting that they just do it any fucking way. Because ultimately, the way they see things is, what the fuck are you going to do about it? The whole idea of Democrats being the side that is for minorities is ridiculous. I mean, Nancy Pelosi's the king of the fucking Democrats, and the area that she runs, he can tell you, is fucking, not in good shape right now.
No, it's just not at all.
Why wouldn't she take care of her people in her fucking constituency? Why is she not taking care of those people?
I was born in San Francisco, spent my early life in San Francisco, and still, even then, as an adult, worked in San Francisco, all over the damn city, day and night. Did graveyard shift, driving around, doing deliveries and things like that too. And I can tell you, San Francisco is not the happy, joy place everybody thinks it is, because they see bullshit on TV. It's not a big ass, like haven, this bustling metropolis of gay people. It isn't. It's not that. You have a neighborhood that is LGBTQ, PRX, WXYZ, alphabet people, and then all the rest of the city
Cincinnati.
is a mix, just like every other city. You make a wrong turn, bad shit's gonna fucking happen. You got people shitting on the fucking sidewalks. You get, you got neighborhoods where there's, you got the little tent shit set up. You got homeless people sleeping on the sidewalks in a bunch of different neighborhoods where there's just out there laying in their own piss, probably. Pardon me. And it's all over the damn place. The place is fucked up. I mean,
she lives like a queen in a kingdom full of peasants. Mm-hmm. And these peasants are, well, I don't know what worse off is. I mean, depending on how you look at it, back in those king days and the royalty days like that, then might even have been better off to be homeless back then. I don't know. It's such a fucking nightmare out there, man. Like when you see pictures and then she's just living in this fucking mansion with just hundreds of millions of dollars and gourmet ice cream. Like the fucking politicians, it's not fucking white politicians. I mean, Kamala is so out of touch with black folks that, number one, she put a fucking, in her young fucking years, put thousands of them in jail. But my problem with her, yeah, I smoked weed. I sure did. And what was you listening to? Oh, Biggie and Tupac. There's a couple of things wrong with that. Number one, it turns out that when she was in those years, they weren't out yet. Neither one of them dropped a fucking album yet. Secondly, that's the go-to thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was really down like that, I mean, yeah, of course, everybody loves Biggie and Tupac, but you say that shit like some fucking old white lady that don't know shit about. Well, I like Snoop Dogg and Eminem. Of course you do. Who the fuck don't, bitch? You don't know nothing about nobody else. Wu-Tang, Nas. You ain't listening to nobody else. That's that go-to bullshit because she truly don't know jack shit about fucking black people.
If she was from the Bay, if she's a Baydestrian, she would have been listening to 40. She would have been listening to Mac Dre, Too Short.
At least Too Short. She would have at least mentioned Too Short.
Yeah, I mean the list goes on. Our independent artists are like big here. You know what I'm saying?
They're big here, bro.
Fucking deal. They're a big fucking.
They're big
deal.
Every fucking where. I mean, it's definitely the West Coast, fucking Atlanta. That's all there is to it. So I mean, over there, man, the local artists in Oakland are worldwide legends, really, to be honest.
And Vallejo.
There's some every now and then out there. I'll hear a name or two that I haven't heard of, and whether I've heard of their music, I've heard of them at least.
Mm.
But
okay, let's get back to the training thing. I want to get back to Coca-Cola for a minute because I actually saw somebody had taken pictures of some screens from this training session. This is supposed to be like an online thing that they're mandating for all white people. They actually give a list of traits.
I can't believe we're fucking saying this shit right now.
Sorry, I know, I know, but there's a list of traits that they basically what the idea is. I mean, they didn't word it like this, but basically what it is if you're white, you have to suppress these particular traits. One of them is arrogance. Arrogance. Like arrogance is really just synonymous with white people. I mean, are you telling me that you believe the only fucking people that are arrogant are white people? Oh,
you ain't never met a fucking handful of some black girls from the hood. I tell you that, then, because I have met me some cool ass bitches, but some of them is quite arrogant. Quite.
Yeah. I mean,
a small percentage, but I mean, goddamn, man, women, fucking black, Puerto Rican, I don't give a fuck, man, especially if they're hot, good looking dudes, good looking women, they tend to be arrogant.
Arrogance comes in every fucking color. To try to say that it's just white people that are arrogant, and then to top it off, the only way you can really push this off is if you claim that all white people are arrogant because you really want all white people to go through this training. So every last white person is arrogant. Give me a fucking break. Go to the fucking trailer parks and go tell me how many arrogant motherfuckers are in the trailer parks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just let regular ass, middle class, working white folks tell me they're fucking arrogant. Give me a fucking break. You know,
I
that's
wanted
not
to, I
the only
wanted,
one. Go ahead though.
I just want to say that, like, I wanted to let people know that it's like, kind of lost my point there. I don't know what the fuck I was going to say.
All right. I'm
I
actually
don't
going to
think,
look up the traits. I'm going to look up these traits.
I don't understand what the fuck. Like, I think that the average Black American person, African American person, whatever the fuck you want to say, is not cool with this shit. Typically, when this happens, something like this happens, and you see white people with shirts that say "I'm so sorry," and they have chains or they have their arms like bound up on these posts and shit, and like, and they're on their knees crying in some fucking park, and who knows where, New York, Times Square, some fucking where, and they're out there screaming how shitty they are for what they did, and they got their children out there participating. It's fucking pathetic, and that's the kind of people that get this kind of ball rolling. It's never fucking black people. Black people don't give a fuck. I promise you, a black person didn't start this fucking movement. It's a fucking weirdo white motherfucker. Always.
Okay, so I found from this training thing, I found a screenshot that somebody had taken while they were doing this training, and it says here, to be less white is to, number one, be less oppressive. Number two, no, hold on, I'm just going to read through them real quick, and we can go back over them. To be less oppressive, to be less arrogant, to be less certain, to be less defensive, to be less ignorant, be more humble, listen, believe, break with apathy, break with white solidarity. Okay, first of all,
all right, we got like 7 minutes, so I'd like to go back to the beginning of that list, as you were going to do, I know, and then kind of let's touch on each one of them, man, because yeah, there's a lot to say really, but we have to kind of pick and choose. But I start back at the top of the list, please.
Fine, I'm gonna give them to you in the
whichever ones you want to talk about.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Whichever.
First of all, the oppressive thing.
Right. That's the main one.
If you're working on let's just say in a scenario of like an assembly line or something like that, if you're working alongside other people of other nationalities, how are you even in a position to be able to oppress anybody? How are you in a position to be able to oppress anybody?
I don't even know what the fuck that means on a level of a workplace. You know what I mean? I understand what oppression is, but I just don't. How do you oppress a motherfucker out there smoking a cigarette by the fucking on break? Or when you're in the cafeteria, or if you have one, or if you're now, if you're the owner or the manager, I guess that there could be some kind of, it's not about race though. It's like, motherfucker, do your job. You can't be like, everybody's got to do their job. Black people stay on break for another 12 minutes if you want. It doesn't work, man. It will never work.
In the places that I've worked at, as a matter of fact, last place I was at, well, no, not last place, a couple of jobs ago, I can see that it could have been an issue, but we had black folks and Latin folks in upper management.
Right. Absolutely.
In
every job I've ever had.
Saying like, I don't see the oppression. I don't see it. And if you say, well, you're white, that's why you don't see it.
Oh, y'all killing me. And a woman says that too.
They'll pull that shit. You know damn well they will pull that shit because you're white. Of course you don't see it.
Well, that's what I was trying to say earlier. I'm sorry. That's what I was trying to say earlier. It's always the fucking, like, when we're talking shit about these people, we're not even talking shit about black people that want this to happen, because I don't believe they exist. If it is, it's ones that have agenda, like Maxine Waters, that type of a black person, and that's not a black person that even cares about black people either. They care about the color green, and they care about the agenda. This is all coming.
Good, sorry.
The person at the root of this that needs to be fucking dissed and talked shit on and exposed is undoubtedly a fucking leftist white motherfucker, period. The whole group is. Like, black people don't give a fuck about this type of shit, man. They just don't. It's like asking an Indian, are you offended by Thanksgiving? He's like, hell no, bring me some turkey, motherfucker.
Well, what I was going to say about Maxine Waters, though, is that the way she acts, the way she behaves, the thing she stands for, I don't feel that she represents And I don't really feel there's any one person at all that represents, black culture, because just like any other culture, they're so diverse. They all have different beliefs and feelings and priorities, just like every other culture has. So how can you actually put one person up front and say this person represents all of us? It doesn't happen. It can't happen with everybody being on board, because there's always going to be people that feel like this motherfucker doesn't represent me. No. So and that. Anyways, you know what? I'm gonna move on. We touched on the arrogance thing. I want to talk about. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know. Go ahead. I want to. We're running a little low, but I did want to talk on one. But I want to know which one you were going to pick first.
I was gonna say being less defensive. When you have people coming at you all the time about what you are, or just hating on you for the way you look. I mean, hello, black folks. You say you've experienced this. You gonna tell me you don't get defensive? And defensive is only wrong when it's not justified. If you're defensive it is justified, then quit coming at me about it. Because if you say there's something wrong with me because of my skin, I'm gonna get defensive. Like, you don't fucking know me. You don't know my character.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm about. You don't know who my best friends are, people I grew up with. You don't know who the people are that I've had to stand back to back with, throwing down when motherfuckers, came at us in that way. You don't know who they were. I do. So don't come at me with that bullshit. Anyways, ignorant. Next one. Be less ignorant. Like,
well, that one to me is like, I get what they're trying to say. Again, the whole premise is fucking retarded. But like, I'm just saying, like, be less ignorant. In other words, understand every fucking thing that they say and think. By they, I am talking about black folks, or I guess not just black. I guess I say black people because it seems like that's the main two that they try to fucking push us against each other. But your Mexican friends, Puerto Ricans, and Asians at your fucking work, you have to, kind of understand and be cool with every fucking thing that is always, be less ignorant.
Now let me tell you how that's bullshit. Let me tell you how that's bullshit. Because any fucking time that any white person tries to relate, the immediate response is, you don't know what it's like. You can't understand. Okay, you know what? You're right. You're right. I cannot understand what it is like to be you, just like you cannot understand what it's like to be me. So for anybody to try to tell me that I need to be less ignorant of what it is to be you, that's bullshit. That is complete fucking bullshit.
Moving on to the one that is almost fucking contradicting that one is be less certain. That's the one I really wanted to talk about, because it's like, you just told me to be less ignorant. Now you want me to be more sure of my fucking self. Or less certain is what you want me to go and fucking act stupid? Like, what are you fucking asking me to do? Like, if somebody goes, hey man, do you know how to do this? I can't be like, actually I do, let me help you. I have to be like, nah, man. Nah, son, I don't know nothing about it. Because I don't want to come off like I'm high and mighty by already knowing something that you don't. So I'm going to shut the fuck up. And so don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant. They want you to know more about things, but don't know too much, because then you'll be too certain for, and that's overly white. So goddamn, it's too confusing. I'm like, I need a fucking whole crash course. I guess that's what the camps are for.
This is part of what that left narrative is. For them to want me to be less certain basically means that they feel that's one of the key points to making a level playing field for blacks and whites, because they're saying basically, like, if like they're basically implying that I know too much and black people know too little, and in order for us to be even, I have to dumb myself down. I have to dumb myself down, and any black person that reads that and sees that should be offended by that, because you should not feel as though somebody needs to dumb themselves down to accommodate your
right. That's the goddamn. That's that shit. That's that bullshit, man. That's that fucking. We think you're stupid. We're not going to say that, But we want white people to treat you that way so you can be fucking mad at them. And like, it's all a fucking game. Look, man, everybody out there with a brain, before we go, understand it's all fucking divide and conquer. It's all it's ever been. It's all it will ever be. As long as you ignore this fucking ridiculous shit and just be friends with people that are cool. If it's somebody that's a dick, if he's black, he's white, he's fucking brown or green, excuse that motherfucker out of your life. Fuck off. That's it. If he's black and he fucking treats you with respect, make a friend out of him, man. I don't care what the fuck they look like. I got friends of every color. I know 6 black people. No, I'm just kidding. But like, it's like, what the fuck are we're not beefing. I was going to say, why are we beefing? We're not. We are fucking not. The shit ain't happening. It's only happening on mainstream media and bullshit fucking shows that have no choice, like punk ass Jimmy Kimmel and garbage ass fucking them Jimmy Fallon, all these kind of guys, man. They DL Hughley's piece of shit ass. Like all they do is kick up dust and help hit that fucking wedge. And every time if you fucking start paying attention, some of y'all people will become more #woke. Then you will fucking see that every time you start to see black and white people getting along, everything's working good on social media, man. Jay-Z's doing another record with fucking Limp Bizkit. Fucking Linkin Park. It's like, oh yeah, we're getting along, everything's great. And I'm cracking jokes, but like it does start to seem that way. And as soon as it does, a cop kills a fucking kid, or a goddamn, they find a noose in a fucking race car driver's fucking dressing room or fucking locker or whatever. And then it's like social media is the fucking devil, and it causes all that ruckus. And the truth is, man, ain't nobody on the real world beefing. It's always some bullshit like that they play along. Jussie Smollett, shit like that. They use Roseanne. I want Roseanne back. Well, some people think she's racist. So now we're fucking fighting. That's what it's always fucking about. The truth is, on the streets, man, I ain't running into no trouble. I ain't having black people come at me. I ain't going at them. I don't see white people in the store throwing shit at black folks or screaming at Mexicans for stealing their jobs or hating on Asians because of the fucking rice they want. Whatever the fuck it is, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Only people are talking rich white assholes that run the world trying to fucking make us hate each other because somehow it's profitable, I suppose. Sorry.
And that's a class issue, not a race issue. So, okay, I know we're winding down, but I wanna put out some questions out here. We're gonna leave these rhetorical. We're not even gonna answer them ourselves. This is just some food for thought for whoever's watching and has made it this far. Okay. Number 1, do I really need to be less white, or do liberals need to start practicing the tolerance that they preach? Because the tolerance that they preach and the unity that they preach obviously doesn't include white people. So. But they swear up and down they're the most tolerant and inclusive people there are. They're full of shit. Okay, that's number 1. If I say I'm not a racist, I'm told that's exactly what a racist would say. So by that logic, does that mean that a non-racist would be expected to claim to be racist? Which has actually happened because there's a bunch of white people coming out now saying, oh my God, social standards have taught me today that I'm a racist. I never knew I was a racist, but my God, I'm a racist. No, you're not.
You're a very weak-minded piece of shit is what you are.
Exactly. Another thing, if I say that all lives matter, I'm labeled as a racist. Okay? But it's literally speaking on everyone as equals. So by that logic alone, equality is racist? Only when you're trying to make a white person like equal to somebody. Duh. Get it? And I've even heard this one. If somebody attacks me because I'm white, that's not racist. But if I defend myself against them and don't let them kick the shit out of me, I'm a racist for defending myself.
What you gonna do? I don't make the rules. I just
break them.
Break every fucking one of them.
Yeah. Well, that's that. Anyways, folks, give us your feedback. I'm serious, like I said at the beginning of the show. Tell us what you think. I mean, I want to hear from all sides, all different directions, all opinions. Nobody's gonna get fucking bashed over this shit. I mean, we all see things from different angles, and I want to see what everybody's seeing. So share it with us. Tell us what's up. Be real with it. Don't hold back.
All right, everybody. Leave us some comments, likes, and subscribe.
Hit the notification button.
Over there. I don't know where the fuck it is. Holla at your people, man.